that was sent, and we have two unknown males. And when the one male arrested, his DNA was matched with mother's snail skin DNA, but the other one still was not identified. When the police interrogated the guy, he identified is one of his friends, and within 2 weeks, the second guy was apprehended, and his DNA was sent to the lab for confirmation, and his DNA was matched with the girl's fingernail skin. So here we can see that the equipment used, the list of equipment you can see, which is the clear indication that even to resolve one case, we must have the interdisciplinary approach to identify or to evaluate the evidence. Because we cannot go to the court on the basis of presumption. We must have the solid analysis ground and the analysis which is acceptable amongst the forensic community and which can be repeatable. We always have the evidence stored in our long-term storage for the next 50 years. 50 years. And a court or someone from the parties ask for reanalysis, we can do that, as we do not destroy the evidence. Right? Any question? Please.
Have you ever encountered any perfect forensic? Like they curated the whole thing perfectly.
Okay.
There's no perfect crime.
Actually, I don't know.
There's no crime. It's called perfect crime.
I saw some movie. I mean, the web series.
Right.
They just clean with some washing powder.
Yes, it happens. It happens. We call it the fabrication of evidence. If I formed a criminal activity and I put something else in spite of this. Right, right. I took the bottle of cocktails and took it with the gloves on, and I take that, and after taking this bottle, I put that bottle. What would happen? Who will be identified? But activity is performed by me. So there are a lot of fabrication in any case, especially in homicide cases. It happens a lot of times. But what
It's your
we do,
experience which tells you that it's fabricated or not.
and it's again the basis. Our basic forensic investigation based on the scientific method. And you all know, being the researcher, what scientific method is. We have to go and go and go until the assumption is proven by the facts, by the evidence. As we stated earlier in this slide, like in this slide, I told you the story that that we were on the scene watching all this happening, but actually we were not there. But we knew what we do on the basis of scientific method, we reconstruct the events in the actual sequence of activity. What happens first? What happens next? And next, and next. If every step is to be identified and determined on the basis of the facts meaning thereby the evidence, and then we can move on. Otherwise, we have to go back and check it again and again and again until it is proven. Otherwise,
It's like not fitted, your bottle is not complete.
so it happens, and it happens that as ma'am asked about the time and the days. On the time scene, we took 30 minutes to 2 months to solve, to remain on the crime scene. 2 months. We continuously revisited for 2 months on crime scene to retrieve the evidence. So that's what happened. we have to be more specific what we are looking for. It is being identified, and later uh, when we send it back to the lab, and the lab guys, they are the real guys of interdisciplinary application. They are performing all kind of analysis.
Yes. So, digital line interpretation is included in the interdisciplinary.
Yes, yes, interdisciplinary. Yes,
Criminal mind.
criminal mind is all any the general the person with normal IQ cannot perform a criminal act. Yeah, Alhamdulillah.
What is the evidence that I saw the ground and
Yeah.
the rest of the things again? However, there is a strong looking
Yeah. Normally it happens that no fingerprint or no DNA being by the tape was taken from the home and it was already in use by the family. So the DNA, no DNA of the suspect, not the victim, no DNA of the suspect was found there. What happened is that normally he took one side, little side, and that side was already in use of the victims. And when he wrapped and pulled it back, we tried to retrieve the fingerprints, but no fingerprint was there because he was just folding it. And you can see in the photograph. It's heavily rolled on her hands. Yes, it happens. It happens. But we already had the DNA from the fingernails. So it was about, you can say, 5 meter long tape and process 5 meter long tape for DNA or the fingerprint. You must have the 24 hours with minimum 5 guys in the lab. So there are, we call it the exploitation of evidence, to prioritize the evidence. Which kind of evidence is more probative to link the criminal activity? So sometimes we intentionally skip because we have a huge backlog daily basis. You can say the DNA and the fingerprints we are receiving in hundreds on daily basis from the whole country. So it is impossible to process such sort of evidence if in that case that we have already have the DNA. So we follow. So,
reduce the tape.
yes.
Maybe it's possible to overlapping.
Yes, sir. It happens. Yeah. Not in this specific case. In other cases, we have lot of fingerprints retrieved from the tape sticky side. Sticky side of the tape. Because the sticky side fingerprint is the perfect fingerprint which is safe and preserved inside the stickiness.
For a century.
Yes, and when
Overlapping fingerprint.
yes, in case of overlapping, that would not be possible. But if it is one fingerprint on sticky side and wrapped on something, what we do in the lab that we unwrap it and chemically treat it to make it visible. We normally use the dyes, and after dyeing, we take it to the UV room. UV, you all know what it is. So by processing there on a specific, on any random wavelength, to check it under UV light, and that is being preserved in form of photograph. And that photograph is as acceptable as the real thing. But in case of two overlapping, yes, we can do it. But increasing number, it is impossible. Not yet, sir. Because every single line in our fingerprints, it has a distinct pattern. we never knew that my uh, pore arrangement, the pore orientation in reference to my finger line is different from this finger to this finger. So we cannot have a binary machine to identify the lines. In the world, the fingerprint expert has to decide on final stage. Fingerprint expert has to decide whether it belongs to that person or not. Machine can only give us the possible searches. Possible searches, the 10 or 15 or 20 as we ask it to give us. That will give us the possible matches. The possible matches can be of two types. They all cannot match, but one can match. Two. Only one can match or none can match. That's what happens when we are dealing with the fingerprint database. Right? Sorry, it's about to and okay. So back to the case. After this, we have this fingerprint. The fingerprint of the victim, because we have to identify which fingerprint is of the victim and which of the suspect. So as you can see, the little arrows, these fingerprints are from after processing by the fingerprint expert. He marks the points, the minutia points, and those minutia points are being compared side by side, and then can be decided by the expert that this fingerprint, the fingerprint LP01, which is taken from the crime scene, and this fingerprint of the deceased which was taken by the thief to confirm. Okay. So this crime scene fingerprint matches with the victim's fingerprint. So it is being aligned with this. Right? And similarly, a second fingerprint matches with another. But here, the fingerprint 12A. 12A is the marking, the unique numbering which we use normally in every. It's the code number of the lab number. That matches with the suspect's left index. 12A matches with the left index of the suspect. The names are intentionally. Let's see. The left index, right, and right now matches with another fingerprint, 12C1. Right? That's what happens. And this sort of DNA profile normally we see. Okay, back to the other presentation, or we can have this. I can say, unfortunately, we do not have time to discuss separately the digital evidence, the biological evidence, and the forensic chemistry, which helps us to treat or get the evidence for the court process. I hope on another day we can have a long discussion. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Any question? Sort of online or? Oh, okay. Oh, yes. If we have few minutes,
Anybody have
please.
it?
Yes, yes, yes.
We are from chemical chemistry.
But actually,
Actually,
being forensic investigator, you must know every possible type of evidence. You must be trained for it. So we being the forensic investigator, the field investigator, we are not working in the lab.
we are not working in that.
That's very clear. Like, so we know all these processes because it's part of our job. Yeah.
Investigate.
But we rarely perform on-site analysis. Yes, we do. Being a forensic investigator or forensic scientist, we need a better quality. You have to testify in the court of law. You must be trained, competent, proficient, and uh, we sometimes on the blast cases, the suicide blast cases, or if something is concealed, like there was blood, as she asked a question that if it is fabricated. Somebody, we visited a case, man was slaughtered in a room. So he was brutally slaughtered and cut in pieces and then wrapped in the bag and thrown away to the garbage outside of the city. Someone reported someone from his family to me reported that he's missing and nobody know about him, what happened. So the police got suspicious about his spouse and police asked for help. When we visited the house, there were two bedrooms. One of the bedroom was in use of the victim. When we took the process, there was no sign of anything. It was 15 days ago when we reported it. So we visited about 15 or 20th day after this. So when we started a little more forensic investigation, we found a little trace of a small droplet of blood, which is very normal, because even the half was just passed, so it was understanding that there may be blood from the meat of but it was a little suspicious that made us trigger to go deep. So when we applied the lumino, lumino is a chemical which is normally called as blue forensics, and you can see in every drama or blah blah blah. You can see that. Okay. So what we do, we go through a switch off every light and find the lumino. But while we are dealing with the lumino, there are a lot of false negative. So we have to be trained and more specific to identify what was the blood of. So when we process, we got a little pattern on the wall. The pattern of blood spectra. Normally, we do that by reconstructing the blood pattern analysis. We identify the number of doses given to the person and the position of the victim and the suspect from just a blood spectra. So when we identify a spectra, the alarm, and we took a swab from that and send it to the lab, and it becomes DNA matched with the blood, the washed blood that was washed with water. The whole was washed with the water, but lumino revealed that. Fabrication, concealment, obviously, nobody wants to be arrested. Criminal stress. He wants to conceal the thing, he or she will make the thing fabricated so that it will not get. But that's the nature law. If somebody done something wrong, he or she, yeah, but the finder or the investigator must be licensed to make. Thank you. Oh, sorry. We have a QR code.
Please do write in your command.
So that's QR code for feedback. Please give us feedback so we can see again. Online. The online participants, please, any question? Any question, please? Online.
Oh, thank you, sir. No.
Okay, thank you.
For the operation, we will have a for instance, oh, okay.
Okay. So,
Yes.
there are a lot of things, but it happens after every case like this or any naturally highlighted case or there are conflicts. But what is happening inside you cannot take so but many times because there are codes you have to your side with evidence what happened. You cannot go with the assumptions. And in the presence of forensics, you can prove everything. What happened and what not happened. So like, there was a case actually which we couldn't discuss. Like, actually, yeah.
Yes.
You recognize that guy. If we have time. Yes. The Saudi the journalist.
The Saudi journalist married with not Turkish. His ex-wife is from a royal family. His sister-in-law. So he divorced and want to marry with another. Good.
But for the renewal of his passport or for documentation, he has to visit the Istanbul Saudi
Saudi.
embassy
For register her nikah, he
or
has to
something like
register
that.
her there in Saudi Arabia. Because he has passport of Saudi Arabia
At that time.
at that time.
So for the purpose of the documentation,
He went there, first day he go there and he refused. He said deposit your document and come back after the day. When he go there,
yes, on the day October 2nd, 2018, Istanbul. That's near outside of the Saudi embassy. And that's the CCTV footage from the Turkish law enforcement agencies. They took from outside of the road CCTV. You can recognize this guy, and what Saudi said, they said that he left the embassy the same day, and they released the footage when he went out of the embassy. That was the footage. The Saudis claim that he went out of the embassy.
after half an hour.
So you can see both the figures are same. As you can easily identify.
Yes, good.
So, yeah.
So there is
Good.
that.
His here. But we can say that there is a reflection. There is a reflection, and he was under almost a shadow and a little sunlight on his head. So there may be right? But what happened next? Explainable. Yes.
अरे ऐसी ऐसे हलाओ गर्मी थी ऐसे हलाओ
There is a test which we call in medical forensics that is called photogrammetric test. Photogrammetric test that we compare two different images in the lab on the software and we identify that what is different and what is similar in both images. So the mathematics involved. What they did, they released the photo after processing. This is photo after processing of both of the images. So you can see clearly that he has formed a black color. But here, green has figures. And you can see, as you pointed out, the color of the hair and one more thing. He was a little bulky than Khashoggi. And one more important thing that we call the gate pattern. Gate pattern. Small. That's what happened. Gate pattern. Right? So they identified after the test that before the incident, but the person getting out of the university, he was Mustafa Ahmad, another Saudi guy. So they tried to conceal, fabricate it again, as you asked, they tried to fabricate it and mislead the investigation. Thank you. Thank you all. Any more questions?
We hope you enjoy
enjoy and rest very quiet.
Cái này gọi là trao được không? Cái là giá trị